Meghan Markle read to children at Invictus Games a story about an inspiring female engineer called Rosie Revere in her final engagement of the week, just before Prince Harry drew the games to an end at the closing ceremony on Saturday night. The royal read from the book Rosie Revere, Engineer by Andrea Beattie to a hand-picked group who sat entranced on beanbags, with Meghan then asking them what they had learned from the story. One of the topics they discussed was if it does not work, try again, with several parents also sitting in to watch the activity. The reading session took place in a special area reserved for the family and loved ones of the Invictus competitors. The book's preview reads, "Where some people see rubbish, Rosie Revere sees inspiration." Alone in her room at night, shy Rosie constructs great inventions from odds and ends. Hot dog dispensers, helium pants, python-repelling cheese hats. Rosie's gizmos would astound, if she ever let anyone see them. Charles and Camilla were pictured during dramatic moment of fear, afraid of failure, she hides them away under her bed. Until a fateful visit from her great-great-aunt Rose, who shows her that a first flop isn't something to fear, it's something to celebrate. At the evening's closing ceremony, the Duchess took a back seat as she cheered on her husband during his final address to the spectators. In spite of speculation that his words would include a touching tribute to Meghan, he instead paid his respects to the veterans and their experiences. He said, "As you have seen and experienced, this week is so much more than a sporting event. It is a platform for positive change. We hope you too are feeling it deeply. I am sure, you're all physically exhausted, but I also hope you are mentally stronger than when you arrived." Scroll down for the latest royal updates. 3 hours ago 22:19 Callie Brooks crushing radio silence from the palace on Prince Harry's 39th birthday. The royal family's social media channels ignored his birthday in line with a policy brought in under Queen Elizabeth II, who decreed in 2022 that only 0 or other significant birthdays of non-working royals would be acknowledged in future. King Charles has stuck to the same policy of publicly ignoring non-working royal birthdays up until now. But, such is the poor state of relations between him and his younger son, aides can no longer be certain whether he will continue to acknowledge the milestones publicly on his family's social media channels. Sources did refer back to the palace publicly congratulating Meghan on her 40th birthday in 2021, implying it would be the same going forward for landmark occasions for others. But palace officials remain tight-lipped on the subject today/yesterday. "A year's a long time away," one source said. 4 hours ago 21:01 Callie Brooks. Prince William set for Heroes Welcome in New York as he plans to ignore Prince Harry. Prince William is set for the sort of welcome usually reserved for homecoming heroes when he lands in New York on Monday on his first solo mission to the U.S. as a world statesman. As well as promoting his annual Earthshot Innovation Awards, the Prince of Wales will meet privately with UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres and other global leaders during his 48-hour whistle-stop visit. He will also be joined by Oscar-winning Hollywood star Cate Blanchett, an avid Earthshot supporter, and will wade into the Hudson River to highlight a pioneering new water project during New York Climate Week. William's lone visit to the Big Apple comes after a Gallup poll ranked him most popular among 25 public figures in the news, well ahead of President Biden and former President Trump, and even in front of Ukraine's widely admired President Zelensky, who came second. Another recent poll, by YouGov, still ranks his wife Princess Kate as far and away most popular British royal in America, with William and his brother Prince Harry neck and neck behind her and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, trailing way behind. 5 hours ago 20:00 Callie Brooks, Charles and Camilla were in utter surprise and shock during dramatic moment of fear. The royal family are known for being stoic and poised in all situations, and are rarely seen visibly flabbergasted, scared or angry. But the royals are only human after all and of course experience moments of uncontrollable emotion, however atypical this may be for them. Body language expert Judy James spoke exclusively to Express.co.uk about the most unroyal moment caught on camera. She commented, "There are any number of the kind of unroyal moments that prove the family can be as human as the rest of us when it comes to pulling faces, having wardrobe malfunctions, or nodding off at the wrong time, but there is one moment captured from royal history that shows the famously stoic and stiff upper lip royals have on one occasion at least, let the mask of public bravado slip and show fear in front of the camera. It's the unbroken record of the royals to avoid any signals of fear or weakness that makes this moment so memorable. Charles is a man who has been shot at on stage without any fear response whatsoever and who acts coolly disinterested when being pelted with eggs on a walkabout. 6 hours ago 18:57 Callie Brooks inside Princess Kate's storming gesture towards Meghan in front of crowds at Windsor. Princess Kate and Meghan Markle's relationship did not withstand the test of time, despite the pair appearing to get on well when Meghan was first introduced to the family. But one body language expert said there was a particular telling moment that revealed their true feelings towards each other following the rift that has seen the Duke and Duchess of Sussex flee to the US. According to Harry's memoir Spare, Meghan and Kate never actually hit it off, despite the pair being pictured smiling and talking at events in the lead-up to Harry and Meghan's wedding. Public appearances with the pair became rare, but one took everybody by surprise following Queen Elizabeth II's death. Harry and Meghan stepped out alongside their husbands for a walkabout at Windsor Castle to greet mourners. 7 hours ago 18:03 Callie Brooks Meghan Markle's wardrobe for 6 days at Invictus revealed, and the price tag is wild. Meghan Markle sported both high street and high-end looks at the Invictus Games this week, wearing clothes and jewellery worth a whopping £282,500 $350,000 over the course of 6 days. The Duchess of Sussex is renowned for her love of designer brands, costly accessories and sparkling jewels worth thousands of dollars. But Meghan is not just all about the big brand names, although she was seen wearing the likes of Givenchy, Chanel and Hermes this week to name a few. She also showcased more toned-down outfits that may have taken some of her more observant fans by surprise. The former actress wore affordable attire from high street retailers like Zara, Banana Republic and J.Crew. 9 hours ago 16:39 Callie Brooks Prince Harry leaves Invictus Games, crowd stunned as he speaks in fluent German. Prince Harry left thousands of fans in awe after dropping fluent during a speech at the Invictus Games. The Duke of Sussex already kicked off the games by declaring "Ich bin ein Düsseldorfer," meaning "I am a Düsseldorfer." His line was a subtle nod to an iconic speech by JFK in which he said, "Ich bin ein Berliner" at the height of the Cold War. In a 5-minute speech saluting those who took part in the week-long games in Düsseldorf, Germany, the event's founder dropped his language skills on the crowd gathered at the Merkurspiel Arena once again. He started his closing ceremony speech by speaking in German and discussed how the competitors had changed the lives of millions of people around the world and opened their hearts. He said, "As you have seen and experienced, this week is so much more than a sporting event." 10 hours ago 15:28 Callie Brooks Roman Kemp says mum's been trading with Princess Kate as George's obsession unveiled. Roman Kemp revealed his mum and Kate Middleton have been trading homegrown products. Speaking exclusively to Express.co.uk, Roman, 30, shared that his mum Shirley Kemp, 61, has kept in contact with the royal, as the Capital Breakfast host dished all after he partnered with McCain to support their regenerative farming campaign. The Princess of Wales visited his family home earlier this year after she teamed up with the radio presenter for a short film about mental well-being after she launched her early years development campaign. "My mum and dad have this lovely house that they have been working on, and there is a big apple tree and they have started making their own apple juice from it," he explained. 11 hours ago 14:40 Catherine Meyer Funnell Princess Kate shares insight into George, Charlotte and Louis' different temperaments. Princess Kate has shared an insight into the personalities of her 3 young children, as Princess Anne revealed that their family's sporting competitiveness may well have passed down to the Wales siblings. Kate and Prince William are parents to Prince George, 10, Princess Charlotte, 8, and Prince Louis. They were also joined by Mike's mother-in-law the Princess Royal, who chimed in when Mike asked the Waleses if their natural competitive nature had been inherited by their children, as she replied, "Just a little bit, I would suggest." Kate then explained, "What I think is really interesting is that they are all obviously very different temperaments. And as they are growing and trying out different sports, they're obviously still really young. It's going to be interesting to see how that grows and develops." She added that her daughter was now able to play football and rugby at school, sports that weren't available for girls at school when she was Charlotte's age. Read the full story here. 12 hours ago 13:50 Catherine Meyer Funnell Prince Harry tearful as emotions leak out and take over during Invictus Games speech. Prince Harry displayed strong emotions and appeared overwhelmed at times during his speech at the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games on Saturday night, while Meghan Markle watched, beaming from the stands. The Invictus Games, held this year in Düsseldorf, Germany, concluded last night. Prince Harry, 39, and his wife Meghan Markle, 42, were present among the attendees following the week-long sporting event. The Duke delivered a speech on stage at the Merkerspiel Arena during the ceremony, and it appears that he conveyed a strong emotional presence. Judy James, body language expert, told The Mirror, "It was very telling of Harry's inner emotions during this closing ceremony that he appeared to have written a rather lecturing, hard-hitting speech to his audience, which he tried to deliver with the pacing, fist-waggling, finger-pointing style of a military leader." Read the full story here. 13 hours ago 12:13 Catherine Meyer Funnell Meghan Markle turns heads in blue wearing £830 mermaid gown at the Invictus Games. Meghan kept her look simple but glamorous by wearing her hair in a sleek, low ballet bun with minimal accessories. She donned the cult Gaia Raylene gown in the shade Sea Moss, £830. On the website, the garment is described as an artistically crafted gown that plays with texture and pattern. Meghan Markle was a picture of elegance at the closing ceremony in Germany last night, wearing an £830 gown by fashion atelier cult Gaia. The 42-year-old stepped out in a tonal beige ensemble earlier that day but made a quick change into the formal gown for the evening. Read the full story here. 14 hours ago 11:24 Catherine Meyer funnel Prince Harry tells Invictus don't judge people by past pain. In inspiring speech, Prince Harry gave an empowering 5-minute speech at the closing ceremony of the Invictus Games on Saturday, September 16, when he reminded his audience not to judge people on their past pain. He said it was important to consider those we encounter as who they are now, rather than anything they may have done in the past. This is an especially pertinent message coming from the Duke, who has left behind his royal life in the UK to start a new life of independence in California with his wife Meghan Markle and their children. His speech paid particular tribute to the veterans and competitors, as he said, "Your mission to heal and grow has been a shining example to us all. You've shown us the power in not defining people by assumption, their backstory or past pain, but rather instead on their ability, how they show up, and who they are in the present." Read the full story here. 15 hours ago 10:18 Catherine Meyer funnel King Charles faces eco-fury over private jet use in 400-mile trip for net zero meeting. King Charles is likely to face the wrath of environmentalists after it was revealed he arranged for 4 cabinet ministers, including Chancellor Jeremy Hunt, to be flown 400 miles up to Scotland for a private meeting. The king has been accused of flagrant climate hypocrisy due to his well-publicized stance on helping the environment and tackling climate change, particularly as one of the objectives of the meeting was to choose a new net zero minister. Jeremy Hunt was joined by Defence Secretary Grant Shapps, Privy Council President Penny Mordaunt and Energy and Net Zero Secretary Claire Coutinho to meet with His Majesty at Dumfries House, his private home in Ayrshire. While these Privy Council meetings are generally held at Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle, Charles held it in Scotland to coincide with a party on Friday night to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the public opening of Dumfries House. The king bought the property in 2007 for £45 million and has spent many years renovating it. Read the full story here. 16 hours ago 09:22 Catherine Meyer funnel Prince George to be affected by strict travel ban, which also applies to future king. The royal family have a number of travel rules in place to protect the king and other members of the firm while flying overseas. There is one particular rule that is in place that might raise some eyebrows, with the goal being to protect the future of the monarchy. At present, Prince William is allowed to fly with his 3 young children as they are small, but this will change in the years to come. Speaking on Hello Magazine's A Right Royal podcast, King Charles' former pilot, Graham Laurie, opened up about the rule and how it affected a young Prince William when he turned 12 in 1994. Read the full story here. 17 hours ago 08:39 Catherine Meyer funnel King Charles briefed about alleged Chinese spy in Westminster over security breach fears. King Charles was briefed all about the arrest of an alleged Chinese spy earlier this year, in a sign of how seriously the government took the potential security threat. 2 men, including a parliamentary researcher who has worked alongside several senior Tory MPs, were arrested in March over suspicions they had been spying for China. At this time the case was kept secret from the public, however the king was one of a very small number who were kept up to date with all the information from the arrests. It is understood he was told as part of his national security briefings, with the arrests not becoming public knowledge until last week. A source said told the Daily Mail, only about 10 people in the country knew the details and one of them was the king. Read the full story here. 18 hours ago 07:49 Catherine Meyer funnel Charles and Camilla were in utter surprise and shock during dramatic moment of fear. The royal family are known for being stoic and poised in all situations, and are rarely seen visibly flabbergasted, scared or angry. But the royals are only human after all and of course experience moments of uncontrollable emotion, however atypical this may be for them. Body language expert Judy James spoke exclusively to Express.co.uk about the most unroyal moment caught on camera. She commented, "There are any number of the kind of unroyal moments that prove the family can be as human as the rest of us when it comes to pulling faces, having wardrobe malfunctions, or nodding off at the wrong time, but there is one moment captured from royal history that shows the famously stoic and stiff upper lip royals have on one occasion at least, let the mask of public bravado slip and show fear in front of the camera. It's the unbroken record of the royals to avoid any signals of fear or weakness that makes this moment so memorable. Charles is a man who has been shot at on stage without any fear response whatsoever and who acts coolly disinterested when being pelted with eggs on a walkabout." Read the full story here. 18 hours ago 07:29 Catherine Meyer Funnell. Good morning. I'm Catherine Meyer Funnell and I'll be bringing you all the very latest royal updates into this afternoon. Feel free to get in touch, Kathy.MeyerFunnell@reachbook.com.
Just